All right, David, you've been talking about co-regulation, which begins in a primary caregiver-infant relationship. And we had that wonderful image of like the mom and the baby really resonating and co-regulating. Often you see in adults things that would, I don't know what you want to call them, when people come to you for counseling and they're deeply hurt, and say you can trace back and go, you did not have a strong co-regulatory relationship with the primary caregiver. Is it a hopeless situation? If you didn't have it as an infant, can you have it as an adult?
The general answer, neurobiologically and neuropsychologically, is no, it's not hopeless because of an interesting property neuroscientists have discovered about the brain, which is called neuroplasticity. And it's a complex concept and complex phenomenon of the structure and the dynamic of the human brain and relationship. But to put into simple lay terms, your brain's ability to create new neural circuits and wiring and so forth. The key is to the old adage, can you teach an old dog new tricks? The usual answer is no. Neuroplasticity says that's wrong. Yes, an old dog can learn new tricks. It may take longer to learn the new tricks, but it can. The brain can keep. In fact, if you want to age well, you want to do a number of things. Exercise, just walk, learn tennis. Tennis is too physically challenging. Learn table tennis. Just move around the table. Do something. And if you can do it relationally, do it with someone, then you're adding a relational component. Remember, you have a relational brain. So physicality, if I could, I would make all my clients do 3 months of work with a physical trainer. It would improve their psychological problems without addressing a single psychological issue. Exercise. Others relational. Get involved in relationship and talking. And sometimes with highly responsible adults, we're down to 5-minute conversation. Generally speaking, in couples interaction, you actually interact with your spouse around 20% of the time. So if you have 100 hours, you figure if you're really good, of the 100 hours, 20 hours you may be interacting with each other if you happen to be a highly responsible adult. And so I savor just having few moments with my wife because I tend to be fairly busy. So interpersonal interaction and touch. Every distressed couple of mine in couples therapy, they stop holding hands. They stop having physical affection and they have very little or no sex. Angry sex now and then, but that usually is only fruitful about once a year. Hollywood makes angry sex really erotic.
Not so much.
Not so much.
So when we talk about neuroplasticity with adults and establishing co-regulatory function between married couples, you're saying communication,
touch, sex,
and you can build co-regulatory compensatory circuits that may not have been built as a child.
Precisely, you can create new circuitry. So psychologically, the problem isn't bad, defective, destructive neural circuitries. It's too few. You can't do a lobotomy. Well, you can do a lobotomy physically, but a person can't do a lobotomy. They can suppress, they can deny, they can shut down, but it's all there. It becomes toxic material underground. But in neuroplasticity, you can actually add. So I'm always in my life, I'm 73 years old, and being Japanese, having a Japanese mother, I inherited from the Japanese culture. The ideal life is to live to 88.
Right.
So that's my life goal. I want to at least live to 88.
88, right.
But I want to be walking the whole time. I want to be talking the whole time. And my brain will keep wiring, responding. So I'm always picking new subjects, and I'm always picking new goals. And the goals can be as fun as, oh, I'm going to find the perfect donut in St. Morgan. So I go to a donut shop, buy 4 donuts, take 2 bites, and throw it away. Right?
It's a goal.
It's a goal. And I learned to do that by trying to help young ladies who have eating disorder. They eat, then they throw it up, and I thought, that's too much work. But if I don't look at it as a pathology, which I do because I'm committed to helping them, but if I just stand back and ask a basic question, what is this? Well, one, you can't avoid eating food in life. And they're trying to manage. They have a hyper unconscious rigidity in terms of managing food, but they're taking in, tasting, but they're throwing out. Well, I thought, why not just go to a donut shop, buy a dozen box of donuts, and take 3 bites out of 3 donuts, throw it away.
And throw it away.
Why take it in and throw it out? Destructive for the body, too much work. But the idea of throwing, and now that's a stupid, nutty idea.
Right.
But welcome to neuroplasticity. Your brain in the neuroplasticity moment isn't saying, stupid idea, we're not going to let that happen. It's open to experiences. You want to always do and make room for new experiences. You go to Costco at the food court before COVID-19, what would you see? Senior citizens eating their foot-long hot dog without saying anything. Of course, I wouldn't do it, but I would love to go and start a food fight. It would be a new experience.
And they would come alive.
And they would come alive and argue with each other. And I'm going, yes, we're activating.
Right.
Neuroplasticity, it requires relationship activation, moving, and it develops the brain.